Hey, I'd like to welcome you guys back to Scully's House of Thrillers. Today's going to be a little bit different. I have a bunch of notes that I'd really like to go over with you guys. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. I read my novels with sound effects, and today is about thanking you, my subscriber. In a short time, the House of Thrillers has grown over to 300 subscribers. And I really didn't expect this much growth in such a short time. We try to learn as much as we can on here about how things work. And sometimes the learning curve is quite steep. So I got to thinking from time to time that maybe I would talk about how I can help other people grow on YouTube. I know that not everybody is a creator, but for those of you who are, I've learned a lot of really good tips from a lot of really good people out there, and I would like to share some of that stuff with you. I definitely find myself in uncharted waters. I have some ideas that I want to bring to the channel that I don't think that anybody in the YouTube platform has brought to the table, not in the English language, not that I'm aware of. For now, I'm going to put that on the back burner, and it's something that I really wanted to do once the channel hit 1,000 subscribers, to where we had a little bit of a community to work off of. And I'm just going to check my notes as we go along with this video, so it's going to be probably somewhat of a tutorial as far as how things work on YouTube. Possibly a rant. Forgive me if I get off on too many tangents. If I had a crystal ball to where I could look into the future and say, where would this be in 10 years from now? I know that if you were to go back and look at a lot of people who've been on YouTube for 10 years, that you'd see they're quite successful at this point. And especially the ones who have set up a business and stuck to it consistently. I think that the fruits of the labor are definitely there at that point. Like I said, I have some great ideas, and I'm reading my novel. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that read books, but they're not the actual authors. So I saw a vein of gold there. I thought, well, what if, So I started digging at that, and I was adding sound effects and pictures that go along with the story, or pictures are what creators consider B-roll. Consistently bringing new videos every week. I'd like to get into more writing tutorials. I'm in the process right now of reading my novel. And I really want to finish that before I get into some other things. But I think possibly we can start getting some of that into the mix as well. I've had some requests for writing descriptions on YouTube the proper way. I think that maybe I can do a couple of videos or even a video series related to descriptions and the best way to fill out that with links and things of that nature, which I'm still learning too. And my trusty notes here, as you can see. What to expect from this channel? This channel is a cure for boredom as far as reading my books go. These novels that I write are not for the faint of heart, and the way that I'm presenting them on YouTube is like a novel on steroids, if you will. I think you have to go into this with like no expectations and just start producing content. And like they all say, your first videos are probably your worst videos, but we all have to go through it. We all had to start at zero. I have some great ideas for live streaming. I'm trying to figure out the logistics of how the technical part of it works, but once I can get that down, I have a really great idea that I wanted to share with you guys, but it's going to have to wait for now. So as far as comparing yourself to other YouTubers, if you're a creator, I'd like to say this. right now, YouTube has more searches than Google. But the irony is Google owns YouTube. And a lot of people don't realize this, but right now, every month, about 2 billion people are logging on to YouTube. But in about 3 to 5 years, they're saying that it's going to be double that. And a lot of people that are getting from flip phones to cell phones, half the world's going to have a cell phone in their hand in a couple of years. And there's going to be a huge market for content designed for the 50 or older crowd. Up till now, YouTube has been dominated by young people, but the old timers are starting to get into it, and they're going to need content based around their needs. So I think as far as expectations go and comparing, my advice is just get started, because later, when more people are wanting to get in there and realize these opportunities, you'll be so far ahead of the curve. Again, it's about not trading your time for money. It's more about putting systems into place. This is one thing I learned from a creator called John Chow. He makes some interesting videos from time to time. It's not somebody that I follow every day, but sometimes, you see that one video that kind of changes your thought processes and makes you realize a few things there. And, as far as a schedule goes, I really don't like to keep to a certain schedule. I kind of find that this is art, and that it needs to be handled in a artistic manner, which means, as far as muse goes, because I've been doing this for a long time, I just find that a schedule doesn't work for me. So I think that maybe some people it does. So you'll have to find out, what's best for you. And then, of course, it boils down to workflow. It's, you get more efficient at this every time you do it. Bringing the economies of scale into the picture as far as, how to bundle things together and kill two birds with one stone, if you will. And in the end, it's basically about branding yourself. If you're doing this in the thoughts of doing it full time and creating something that the world wants to look at, you have to take so many things into consideration. And as far as you have to brand yourself, build yourself a business around what you're doing, because these are all corporations, these different platforms, and there's certain things that they just simply don't want it being transmitted over their platforms. So, the algorithms are constantly changing. I like to watch a lot of different videos with the Nimmin brothers, Nick and Dee Nimmin, and Roberto Blake, Brian G. Johnson, who's the master of how the algorithm works. And there's another 20 or 30 creators that I guess, if you will, I'm kind of reverse engineering how they do things. So I think that maybe I can bring some other value to the table for you. Not only can I entertain you through my novel readings, I think that I can help people learn how to write better on YouTube. So if you have any ideas as far as that goes, leave some comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's important too. It's something that we often forget to do, to ask, and people just simply forget that. And like the video too. So thank you for watching, and we will see you on the other side.